Hello, I'm Zash, and welcome to episode 71 of my Steins Let's Read. As usual, I will be joined by my co-reader Faith. Also, I have received intelligence on the location of my greatest ally against the organization. I do not know who this ally is, but I will go meet them. In the meantime, please enjoy this episode. I go to the same spot as before. Although his stand has already closed, the Westerner is waiting for me. Oh, Akabe! Or Okabe. Hello! Where did that guest of yours go? Client come here was yesterday time. The blue-eyed white man shrugs his shoulders. So it was yesterday. He contacted me because he remembered. What's his contact info? His name and address. Poison. Guess just for simulation. Private information have nothing. So last night someone came by wanting to make metal pins with the same design as Suzuha's. But he died of poisoning? The guest was just a simulation, so there's no private information? I'm not following. Japanese very studious and awaiting private information. Become nervous and serious, yes? That doesn't help. If guest had given name or telephone number, however, no leak. That is business. Ellipses. Fatigue suddenly weighs down my shoulders. I don't understand a word of he's saying anymore. My head is full of question marks. In hindsight, I should have brought Kurisu to speak English for me. Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah,
Well, no, because that would have slowed down her development of the time machine.
that's true too.
I guess I'll just have to wing it. What did your customer look like? Man? Woman? Well, so young. Or so middle. Japanese have young face. Just by look, you no understand. Anything else? Maybe a judo fighter? Or pro wrestler? What? Judo? Pro wrestler? What do you mean by that? Yes! That wasn't a yes-no question. What the hell do you mean? Balloon! Was balloon!
What?
Balloon? Judo? Pro wrestling? Good! No, not good. Are you trying to confuse me? I want to ask more questions, but the foreigner suddenly sees a policeman walking by and runs off. I consider chasing him, but decide against it to avoid police attention. I give up. The search has hit a dead end, and we have barely any time left to find Barrel Titer. I can time leap again starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Looks like all I can do is wait until Christina is done working and then time leap to the time the suspicious character appeared at the stand. Kurisu carefully connects the two cords she's holding.
Done?
The time leap machine is complete.
Again.
It's 2:30 p.m. on the 13th, about 20 minutes later than before. Kurisu walks into the lounge with a satisfied look on her face. It's just her, me, and Suzuha in the lab. I had Daru and Mayuri head to Radio Kaiken, ostensibly to work on the time machine.
So that's the time leap machine.
Suzuha gazes at the now completed machine in awe.
It's a microwave.
I've already explained to her how time leaping works. It's as different as can be from Suzuha's time machine, which can physically displace actual bodies.
Makes you remember the future, right? Just pretty interesting.
Suzuha crosses her hands behind her head and looks up at the ceiling.
Intuition, sixth sense, deja vu. Wonder if those things are actually you recalling future memories. Some of CERN's researchers in my time came up with a theory that memories are a way of sharing information across world lines. Maybe it's similar to that.
While the reading Steiner is sharing memories across world lines.
Yeah, or retaining them.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't remember the memories of the person here, but he retains from his original, which is makes you wonder about who the person who is here.
Yeah.
Or did he just overwrite them?
Yeah.
I just wish we knew more about Okabe's reading Steiner thing. Nope, there it is.
Yep.
Is it unique to Okabe, or does everyone have the potential for it, and Okabe is just stronger by coincidence?
One thing's for certain. My consciousness leaps to the past, along with my memories.
I still don't understand why that is. It would make more sense if you experienced a change in the present, like you do when we send a D-mail. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Does your consciousness depend on your memories? Does your brain reset?
that's possible.
Like, it's entirely possible that his brain literally resets.
Well, it is a bit traumatic, and he's out of it for a while. That might be his brain assimilating and processing the new memories.
That's what I mean. When it's being overwritten, he might have to go through a full reset.
Yeah.
Because your brain is the entire center of who and what you are. Without your brain, your consciousness doesn't exist.
Yeah.
The problem is that consciousness doesn't have a form we can see. Same goes for soul. Those things are still in the realm of religion. Even in 2036, the existence of the soul hasn't been proven, and nobody's proven what forms consciousness either. I see. That's a little disappointing.
Sending my consciousness back has let me change some future events with more precision than a D-mail, but other events are locked in by convergence. I can change the method of Mayuri's death, but never the fact that she dies.
That's not how it works. The future is always determined.
Then why does the path there change?
Because the world line changes. When you leap into the past and take different actions from before, divergence changes, if only a little bit. In most cases, that fluctuation won't amount to more than, 0.000001% of the divergence meter. Small changes might not register at all. When you change the cause, the effect merely shifts to a separate, already existing world line. Since those two world lines are almost exactly the same, you barely feel any difference.
That might be why we don't feel the reading Steiner. So is that why reading Steiner didn't react?
It's not like the previous world line disappears. It keeps existing as another possible world line. That's the many worlds interpretation, right?
Which also explains how paradoxes don't happen.
In any case, they're not parallel worlds.
So, is the future reconstructed?
I guess you could say that.
I'm confused again. Maybe it's impossible for me to fully understand the structure of the universe. Anyway, that's enough discussion. It's time for me to leap again.
Though the question is the future set and unable to be changed, or is it the past? Considering Suzuha's presence here, this is the past. If for them it's the present,
Yeah.
But Mayuri dying, everything that CERN is doing now, what they've done the past 2 weeks, all focuses in on her past and makes her present. Which might be part of why it's so stuck.
No, from what I understand, the future can be changed. You just have to give it a big enough push. And that's what they're trying to do with the time travel. Like, they go back in time, change events. Like she says, divergence for a very minor amount is lot of 0.01%. But if they make a big change, like, say, invent a time machine or not, that'll have a huge divergence effect, which will set them onto a different attractor field, which means all the future will change.
I know, but from what she's saying, it means that this part still exists. It's still going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just that they've shifted to a place that already technically exists, and if it doesn't, then when they step onto it, it's going to form. And it's going to be pre-existing the second they're in it.
Yeah.
Which means it hasn't really changed, it's just formed based on choice.
Well, basically, if they shift off this world line, it just exists in potentia. Sort of like the Schrodinger's cat, inside the box, the cat is alive or dead. The alive cat and dead cat are both exist in Potentia. When you open the box and look, the live cat, let's say, because I like cats, is what you see there, but the dead cat exists in Potential. And if you go back and change the past again, then open the box, you could get a live cat or a dead cat.
It's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Because you have to wonder if is it a potential, or are all these world lines running at the same time? Is one less real than another? Is that even possible?
I think they are like only one is at any given time. And like they say, when you change the past, the timeline is reconstructed. So there is only one timeline. The other world lines just exist in potential, like blueprints of other ways the timeline could go, but they don't actually physically exist.
It's a weird thought.
Yeah. I explain the situation to Krisu and have her activate the time leap machine immediately. Here we go. Let's do the time warp again. It's just a jump to the left. It's the night of the 11th. I went back about 40 hours. My objective is to keep watch on the street vendors stand in hope that Suzuha's father might appear. I sent Suzuha elsewhere. I didn't want her to be disappointed if I come up empty-handed. I'm standing out of sight a short distance away from the stand, munching on energy bars and soy milk to appease my growling stomach, and he is actually eating real food. Well, real-ish food.
Oh god. Okay, but energy bars don't really count.
They're more real-ish food than Dr. P.
Yeah, but he desperately needs a cheeseburger or something.
Yeah. A banana? I've already been here for 2 hours. I forgot to ask for the exact time the suspicious character appeared, so I had to begin my stakeout before sunset. Now, it's 8 p.m. and the stand looks like it's ready to close. Is this another waste of time? Did that foreigner give me false information? But just as I'm finishing my milk, someone approaches the stand. Is that... I jump out of my cover. Daru! Ocarin? Daru jumps in surprise. I'm the one who's really shocked here. What are you doing here? I was going to ask the same question. The storekeeper is looking at us funny, so we decide to change locations.
Man, I've never heard the dramatic music go by so fast.
Yeah. All right, Daru. What were you doing at the street stand? Don't tell me you were trying to counterfeit duplicates of Titer's pin. Fine. I won't tell you then. Ellipses. So that's what happened. Daru was the suspicious character the foreigner told me about. So all that stuff about judo, pro wrestling, and the balloons were referring to Daru's size? Could he have been more confusing? Damn, it was all for nothing. Good thing I didn't bring Suzuha along. So, why were you trying to make counterfeit versions of the pin? I wasn't trying to counterfeit it. Close enough. Well, I meant it as a backup plan, I guess. Amanishi's going to be sad if we don't find our old man, right? So, if that happens, I'll show her the badges I made and, well, lie that her dad was here. So, you'll give her false hope? You don't have to put it like that. Remember, there are good lies and bad lies. Bad lies hurt people, good lies save them. What eroge did you get that from? Gladon.
And it's not an eroge. It's a visual novel that teaches you the meaning of life. So shut up!
Clan ad.
Yeah.
So, should I call off Operation Fake Titer?
Do you really think that would make Suzuha happy? Daru's expression suddenly turned sad.
Amane, she told me not to tell anyone, but I guess I'd better tell you.
He's got a big mouth, as usual. Still, he seems dead serious, so I'd better hear him out.
I heard this from Amane-shi when we were discussing the repairs. Her time machine can only leap to the past.
What? At first, I don't understand what he means. Nonsense. Titer's time machine could travel both ways.
Did you actually see it?
Well, no.
Besides, when you say Titer, you mean the one who appeared in 2000, don't you? I don't know anything about that Titer.
Ellipses. That's right. The Titer I know and Suzuha aren't necessarily the same person. Although their time machines are similar, there are significant differences. For example, one looks like a Chevy and the other looks like a satellite. So, wait.
Once she leaves, she can't come back.
You're saying that if she goes to 1975, she can't return to 2010? Well, she probably can, she just has to take the long way.
Yeah, she'll be 30-something years older, but, you know.
Not without living 35 years in real time.
Yep, take the long way. Is he serious? Does that mean Suzuha's time machine can never return to 2036?
Didn't I just say that?
She went into this knowing it was a one-way trip.
That's intense. She hit that button knowing that either she was going to be stuck living through a time that doesn't exist for her, or she was going to be overwritten.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
That's a hell of a thing. Then it's defective!
Right. She said the time machine was incomplete.
Incomplete? Incomplete?
According to Amani-shi, her old man built it in secret by reverse engineering CERN technology. But CERN killed him before he could complete it. Amane-shi insists that it's fine as long as she can leap to the past, but...
Are you sure about this?
She said so herself. I don't think she was lying.
Ellipses.
So, if she doesn't meet her old man before the time machine is repaired, she might never get another chance.
Oh, unless she comes back the long way.
Yeah, but...
So that's why she was trying to make a copy of that pin, as evidence that Suzuha's father was here. But making a fake version of her father's pin isn't going to solve anything. A lie is a lie. Yeah, especially if she thinks that her father was here and he wasn't, she might come looking for him when she comes back again in 35 years.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah.
But if we don't get caught...
I wave Daru silent and massage my temples. I need to think. What difference does it make? True, Suzuha might be sad about missing her father, but that's none of my business. My top priority is Mayuri's safety. That's right. I mustn't let my emotions control me. I need to be more rational, more logical. There's a Japanese proverb. He who pursues two hares will catch neither. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Yeah.
However, that sad smile on Suzuha's face. Now I understand what it meant. I feel something tighten deep within my chest. The next day, as night falls, I summon all the lab mems except Kurisu to Radio Kaiken. It's boiling hot on the rooftop, even in the evening. When I provide Daru with the refreshing gift of cola, his sweaty face lightens up. He learned!
Yes.
Wow, Okarin! An ice-cold zero-calorie cola! How thoughtful of you!
Daru happily takes the cola and chugs it straight from the bottle. Afterwards, Daru and Suzuha start discussing the time machine. Mayuri and I watch from a short distance away. Hey, Okarin, isn't it amazing that the satellite was a time machine? Deja vu, I am experiencing it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm glad Suzu-san wasn't hurt in the crash. I heard it's really hard to drive. If the gravitational whatchamacallit coordinates are just a teeny bit off, the whole time machine becomes a jellyman and goes ploop.
Goes ploop. That's so cute.
And she even said her time machine's unstable since it's not a CERN model. I'm worried about her trip to 1975. Do you think I should go with her? I wonder if I'd fit. What would you do in 1975? I'd cheer Suzu-san on, of course. I'd hold her hand super tight and tell her everything's going to be okay. Ellipses. Hey, Okarin, do you think the time machine has a name? If you want to know, just ask Tighter. Oh yeah! Mayushi didn't think of that, hee. Mayuri giggles, then runs off to talk to Suzuha. She returns a few seconds later. Yep, it has a name. FG204 something something, she said. Anyway, don't you think Daru-kun and Suzu-san are a good match? I look at Daru and Suzuha again. Daru's all about Ferris. Oh, really? She tilts her head to the side. Hey, can Mayushi take a closer look at the time machine? I nod, and Mayuri runs over to the time machine again. Behind her, the sun glows dark and orange on the horizon. As Mayuri leaves, Suzuha comes over and stands behind me. Our shadows are long and murky in the fading light.
Hashida Itaru's amazing. He said if things go well, he could have the time machine fixed by tomorrow.
Ellipses.
He looks so unhealthy and slow.
Ellipses. A refreshing breeze blows by. It was quite hot a few minutes ago, but the temperature is finally starting to drop.
Hey, there's something I want to say, and I feel like I'll never get another chance.
Ellipses.
Are you listening?
After a moment's hesitation, I give a little nod.
I'm really grateful to you. All of you. When I came to this time, I didn't know anyone. I was all alone in a world completely different from my own. This era was so peaceful. That's a wonderful thing, but it scared me. All I knew was the fight against CERN. But now I have friends, real friends, who I can share my secrets with. All these people who lived before I was born are working so hard for my sake.
I guess we should let her say this.
Yeah, she kinda needs to.
Yeah.
It's a strange feeling, but a happy one, too. I wanted you to know that.
I've heard those words before. Just like last time, her tone was wistful.
Her time machine can only leap to the past.
The truth I heard from Daru plays in my head in an endless refrain.
Living with you guys in this time, it's been real fun. When I met you, you were all so strange and unique and over the top. I was kind of shocked at first, actually. But before I knew it, I started to enjoy spending time with you. 2036 is peaceful, too. People don't even fight anymore. Did you know that?
Ellipses. I shake my head.
Anyway, people don't fight. Ever. About anything. All forms of conflict, war included, have vanished. Poof. Without a trace. Instead, everyone has dead eyes, like fish. No one has ambition. Nobody dreams. They just trudge through their lives without a single complaint. Oh, sure, people smile, but they never get angry or sad. There's no individuality. Everyone's a robot. You got really mad at me before, remember? I was really surprised. But at the same time, I was really happy.
Ellipses. Suzuha looks at the time machine. Daru and Mayuri are standing next to it, talking cheerfully about something or other.
You're all so bright and full of life. I envy you. Shina Mayuri, Hashida Itaru, even Makise Kurusu. And, of course, you.
Ellipses.
I want to be more like you. Thanks to all of you that I'm still going strong. Being a lab mem, even for just a little while, was great.
She smiles then, a soft, sad smile that tears at my heart. This time, I know what that smile means.
Being with you guys, even for just a little while, was great.
Suzuha obviously knew from the beginning that if she traveled to 1975, she could never return. Yes, she can. It just take her 35 years.
Change the future, Okabe Rintaro. Make it a world like this one, where people can be free.
The first time I heard her speak those words, I thought she was sentimental because she couldn't return to her original 2036. I was wrong. Forget about 2036. She can't even return here to 2010. Not without living 35 years. She'll be 54 when 2010 comes around again. The present us and the present Suzuha can never meet again. Suzuha chose this mission. To change the future. To save Mayuri. Unless Suzuha travels to 1975, Mayuri will die. But then, what about Suzuha herself? When she leaves for 1975, she'll have to sacrifice everything she has here. How does she feel about that? Do you regret spending time with us?
What do you mean?
Do you regret making new friends here? New memories? Do you wish you had kept your distance? You've already abandoned one life. Now you have to abandon another. In a sense, it's like you're killing yourself.
Did Hashida Itaru tell you?
Suzuha frowns. He's worried about you.
I told him not to tell anybody.
Well, how do you feel about going to 1975?
It doesn't matter how I feel.
Suzuha's expression suddenly hardens.
I have to go. It's the path I chose, and it's what my dad wanted.
What if we ask you to stay?
I'll go anyway. One of those guys on that channel asked what right I have to change the future and decide the fate of the human race. He had a point. But still, I don't want the future to turn out like that. I want the people in my time to be free like you. Free to laugh and play, fight and argue, get sad and cry. If I change the future, then no one will die. Not you, not Shina Mayuri, not my dad. Maybe I don't have the right. But I'm going anyway.
Even if you can never return?
Oh, come on. The 70s aren't a bad time, you know? I'll find friends there just like you guys. We'll have a blast.
Just like that, Suzuha's back to her usual self. But despite her cheerful smile, I'm certain that her resolve was forged from a fear and doubt, the likes of which few can imagine. I was a fool to think that my words could sway her.